Hello there, people. If you don't know me, then welcome. Please, this is my first video, so don't get alarmed. And I'm doing this all off the top of my head. So this is what if Naruto was a Hyuga. See, this is the picture I found on the internet, so let's get started. So it all started when Naruto's father was eminently he is from the Hyuga clan, and his mother's from the Uzumaki clan, same as in canon. As as in different, he still becomes the fourth Hokage, and everything happens the same. But instead of Naruto having his blonde hair, he would have black hair, but his eyes would be more of a blue like his mother's. So when they first started out, they never knew what Naruto's last name was originally, so they gave him his mother's maiden name, Uzumaki. So Naruto started out as he did in canon, all alone, no friends, no one. But he still kept his face strong and smiling, and he went to train in the woods. And he met the third Hokage, who was very nice to Naruto but never told him about his past. Then, as per usual, Naruto went to his apartment. Something strange happened to Naruto. He was always had this second feeling like there was someone in the village that was a part of him, like family. So he kept looking into it, trying to see who his father was, trying to see who his parents were. So he started training more and more. Then what really interested him was the Hyuga training style. So he watched the Hyugas train from afar and started copying their training styles. But he went as hard and as strong as he did in these prestigious training. He was noticed by Neji, who at the time was 4. And he noticed how he was training like them and started scolding Naruto for training to train like a Hyuga. Sorry, I had to pause the recording for a minute, but okay. But something happened to Naruto. He got really angry at Neji for trying to scold him and how he was training. So, in a blink of emotion and anger, Naruto unlocked his Byakugan, and he struck Neji straight in the chakra point, knocking Neji out cold. When Neji came to, his cousin Hinata came out looking for him, and then she found her cousin Neji on the ground, pale, looking sickly, more than usual. So she took him back to the house, and Hinata's father asked him what happened. So he basically tells Hinata's father how he was talking to the boy Naruto who was doing their training style, and then he did something like he activated a Byakugan and hit him straight in his chakra point. Hinata's father, struck in curiosity, wanted to see what was going on. So he personally went to the Hokage and asked if he could talk to Naruto. Then the Hokage sent for Naruto, and Naruto came to the Hokage's office. Naruto was still in a little bit of confusion of what happened earlier. So they all began questioning Naruto. And then they began to ask the one question that Naruto never knew. Who is Naruto's father? And then when the third Hokage knew something was up, he said His father was Minato Hyuga. Both both Hinata's father and Naruto were shocked by this. Naruto is shocked by how he has another family and how he was doing his family's training style his entire this entire time. Hinata's father was struck and honestly impressed on how Naruto unlocked his Byakugan so early, at a young age too. So he brought Naruto to the Hyuga clan house and introduced him to everyone. Now Naruto had a family, but he still felt like he didn't fit in. Then, later on, Naruto was told he has the nine-tailed fox sealed within him. So, Naruto did his best to become stronger, and so he could take the nine-tailed chakra for himself. So he can become stronger than his father and become the next Hokage. Let's do a time skip, because at this point in time, Naruto would be 5. So let's do a time skip of 6 years. Naruto is now 12. It's time for the academy test. Naruto is still doing as he did in canon, stealing the secret scroll and learning the ancient art of the multi-shadow clone jutsu and saving Uruku Sensei in this process. And, and passing with flying colors. And when it was the day they were put on teams, they They did give Naruto his family name since he is living with the Hyugas. So they, one time for the question, then team assignments, assigned them to teams. Naruto walked into class, sitting all calmly and waiting to be assigned. So Naruto was put on Team 7, as in canon, Kakashi, Hinata, Sakura Hanuro, and that was Miss. He was really ready, and it was same teams as in canon, Sakura Haruno and Sasuke Uchiha. And this, what if Sasuke wouldn't really be as mean or cold to people? His the Uchiha slaughter wouldn't happen here. So he's more happy than he is in canon, and he wouldn't be on a crazy power hunger ring. So he would be happy, but just he would still have that little cold act on. So when they Sakura Haruno and Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Hyuga, they all looked around and saying there is no Naruto Hyuga, but then Naruto put his hand up and they're like, "You're a Hyuga?" They all asked this question, and Naruto says yes, complying and answering these questions. It's been 6 years and Naruto is a prodigy with his Byakugan and his training. He knows that as a Hyuga, you're meant to use your Byakugan in all sorts of fighting, and he does this as well. But he also has his own style of fighting, as he did learn. And I'm back. So they go to the up top where they meet Kakashi. They do their little introductions, but Naruto's a little different this time. He's not as childish as he was in the anime. He's more mature, but he's still fun and loving, as our classic Naruto. So they do the bell test, and Naruto easily figures out that they have to use teamwork. And him not clashing heads with Sasuke actually makes him a better team. And in this, Naruto is a prodigy, so he has 3 chakra releases: wind, earth, and lightning. So him, him learning, he uses his Byakugan to find Kakashi in the forest. They set out a plan on how they are going to attack. Naruto coming in from the side, Sasuke coming in from top, and Sakura running in and grabbing the bells. They take this plan out and do it thoroughly, and taking down Kakashi with ease. Kakashi's surprised that they didn't work together. That they worked together, thinking that they were all going to do a free-for-all. And Naruto telling them that they strategized the other day how they were going to take out Kakashi and how were they going to do their plan and put it into action. Kakashi was surprised at how smart his students were. So he gave them the rest of the day off. So Sakura and Sasuke, wanting to know where Naruto lives, asked if they could come over. Naruto had to ask his uncle, which is Hinata's father, if they could come over, and that he obliged, but he was kind of hesitant on letting an Uchiha in his house, but he did. They talked, and they asked Naruto what happened to his parents, and he says they died the day he was born, making Naruto a little sad, but he's not as sad as he was in the anime, but still being shoved aside by his village gave him a little bit of sadness. But he didn't want to be sad anymore because he had a family. But he felt like there was someone who understood his pain. So he went into his mindscape to talk to Kuruma, or in general non-weebs, the nine-tailed fox. He asked the nine-tailed fox, who was there other people like him, Jinchurikis, and the nine-tailed fox, grudgingly angry, said yes. So Naruto made it his duty to find the other Jinchurikis and make friends with them so they can all be friends together, and so they don't have to be alone anymore. Naruto told Kakashi about what he was doing, and he wanted to help them, so they went to the Hokage's office. And this is around the time where when they head to the Hokage's office, they tell him of Naruto's journey, and he obliges and lets Naruto go find one of the Jinchuriki. The first Jinchuriki he finds is Gaara, the Gaara of the Sand Village. They go and they find Gaara just sitting there and being all broody. Naruto approaches Gaara, and Gaara says, "What do you want?" And Naruto says, "Are you Gaara of the Sand?" And he says, "Yeah. What's it to you?" Naruto says, "I am Naruto Hyuga, and I'm the Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tailed Fox." Gaara looks up surprised, thinking he was the only Jinchuriki left. Not Gaara was happy, but didn't show it, that he had someone who understood his pain. So they stayed in the Sand Village for about a week. And through that week, Naruto got Gaara to open up to everybody. His brother and sister never saw Gaara so happy. And they thought that Naruto was a great person, and how he could turn someone from not talking and just being a brute all the time to a kind and sweethearted person. They loved Naruto for this and gave him thanks. So I'm going to stop it right here, but this is part 1 of What If Naruto Was a Hyuga. So I am going to sign off for now, but I will probably post part 2 tomorrow or Wednesday, because at school it's a little difficult. So I'll see you then. And if you like the video, please subscribe if you want for more, and give me more ideas on what I should post. Thank you, and see you guys again.